You good, Ivan? I was got that leg. Just get that one good hold and let him out. That'll tell you where you're going to stay. Just close your eye for a second. Just hold him for a second. Open. Yeah, he done. Come on, back on. You close your eye and you start that's he ain't going to make it. When you still, it don't do good to close your eye. You be like, I'm finna be out of here. Isn't that right? Thank you. All right, you ready? All right, get ready to clock in. Eyes. You don't never know when you get crumped back up now. You ready? All right. All right. We do always rise and give honor to the Most High, Yah, His Son, Yeshua, the true Messiah. Always to all of y'all's divine preachers in every place, preaching, teaching, living His divine word. Always to beloved ministers that labor in this part of vineyard, whom I'm not ashamed to call brethren. Kodesh greetings to them their respective places. Always to those that are watching by way of live internet, to the dispersed, to the scattered, to the Jews first, and also to the Gentiles. Kodesh greetings to them their respective places. As we often say last, never least, to the way of Yah synagogue. Proper honor to you all in your respective places. Amen. Once again, from TV, internet, radio, wherever our voice can be heard, wherever we can be seen. Before we came on, had nothing come on. When we go off, absolutely nothing else coming on. Right. If they're not teaching Kodesh, living a clean, sanctified life, the people ain't in nothing and they hadn't heard nothing. Whoa, wait. This is an attempt to collect the debt. Whatever you hypocrite, false pretend, backbite, mumbling, grumble against will be used in that collection of a debt. These messages are always being recorded for quality assurance to make sure no side deals get cut with nobody, but everybody got to come in, brother. Red, straight, narrow path. All right, let's jump over and give me the 12th chapter of the book of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. At verse 9 to be fine. Wonderful Savior.
Amen.
Brother Sims, I like that shirt. Y'all let me have it. 12th chapter of the book of Ecclesiastes at verse 9. Listen to the book.
And moreover, because the preacher was wise,
he still
taught the people knowledge.
And what happened?
Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs.
Yeah.
The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth.
Yeah.
The words of the wise are as gold.
Which do what? What do we say that do, brother? Incite, motivate. Where we find it at? Something similar. Who? What you said? Who did? Who hard? You say you think who? After they broke bread. Let's see. 24th chapter of the book of Luke. Don't you try, Kerry. We're going to jump in at the last verse. 24th chapter of the book of Luke. Verse 34. This is the 24th chapter of the book of Luke at verse 34. Listen to the book.
Saying, the Lord is risen indeed and hath appeared to Simon.
Pick me up at verse 25. 24:25. Listen.
Then he said unto them,
oh, who?
Fools.
Back me up and, matter of fact, give me verse 20. Make it verse 22. Listen.
Yea, and certain women also of our company made us astonished.
Yeah.
Which were early at the sepulchre.
Which was early at the sepulchre.
And when they found not his body,
what happened, son?
They came saying that they had also seen a vision of angels.
Y'all hear this? They came also saying they had seen a vision of angels. And what happened?
Which said that he was alive.
Yeah.
And certain of them which were with us went to the sepulchre and found it even so as the women had said.
Listen.
But him they saw not.
They didn't find him.
Then he said unto them,
yeah.
O fools, and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken.
Why did he say this? Huh? He said they were stupid. He said it was stupid. Why? Yeah. Well, the reason why we'll find it, back me up at verse 20. Make it verse 19. Listen. 24:19. Listen.
And he said unto them,
yeah.
What things? And they said unto him, concerning Jesus of Nazareth.
Because when he found them crying, he wanted to know what manner of communication it is that when you walk with one another that you're sad. And they asked him and told him he must not be from around them. Because if he would have been, he would have known about Jesus. That's why he wanted to know what things concerning Jesus of who?
Nazareth.
Listen.
Which was a prophet mighty indeed and word before God and all the people,
Listen.
and how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to death, to be condemned to death, and have crucified him.
Come on.
But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel.
You hear that? Which means at that point they doubted. They looked and considered, said, the rulers, everybody condemned him to death, said, we trusted it was going to be him that should have redeemed Israel. Down at verse 25, listen.
Then he said unto them,
Oh, who?
Fool,
And slow of who?
heart to believe
All
that the prophets have spoken.
they should have remembered. So what was he doing at that point? What was he doing? He was doing what? Studying. Remember, what was he doing? Huh? He was doing what? He was picking up. What was he doing? He was inciting. At this point, he would have been setting in order. He was setting in order Proverbs, saying, because you just heard what they just said. They said, we trusted it should have been him that should have redeemed Israel. Listen what he did. Old fools.
And slow of heart to believe
All
that the prophets have spoken.
art now who?
Christ to have suffered these things.
See that? He letting them know. He's sitting in order many Proverbs, even words of truth. Listen, and they enter where?
Into his glory.
And beginning at where?
Moses
And where else?
all the prophets
He expounded to them
in all the scriptures
the thing.
concerning himself.
So what was he doing? Moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yeah, he gave good heed. He sought out and set in order many Proverbs. They just told him. They said, we trusted it should have been him that should have redeemed Israel. That's a saying. That's what they believe. So he had to come along and set in order. In order to do it, he had to go with what was upright, what was written. Even with hearing the word, you got to change your position. Look at this second chapter of the book of Ezekiel chapter 2 at verse 1. Other brothers, see that Exodus Apostle chapter 26 and verse 16. Hold that for me. We'll come back to the 24th chapter of the book of Luke. Listen to the book.
And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet.
Stand, do what now?
Stand upon thy feet.
And don't forget that was written was what? Even what? When he going to speak something upright, you can't be laying down. Even the 5th chapter of the book of Ephesians, what did they tell us to do? A what? A wait. Two things you can't do if you're going to hear the word. You can't be asleep and you can't be laying down. Two things you can't do. That's what he just told Ezekiel to rise, do what now?
Stand upon thy feet.
For what reason?
And I will speak unto thee.
Yeah?
And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me and set me upon my feet.
Y'all hear that? That was written was upright. Even words of truth. A lot of times people don't consider that. How you position yourself makes a difference. You're trying to obtain the spirit. Then you got to look at positioning. Even when you do workout, regimen, exercise, depending on what you're trying to do, whether cut, tone, or build, there's certain ways you got to position yourself in order to do that. When you look at obtain the spirit, there's certain things you got to do in order to obtain the spirit. He looked at it. One no spirit going to enter him while he was laying down. Isn't that right? He was going to have to get up because the word is upright. Even words of truth. Isn't that right? That's why we look. Listen. Hold on. 8th chapter right quick. 8th chapter of the book of Romans. Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. Give me about verse 11. Other brother still gave me Exodus Apostle chapter 26 and about verse 11. Hold that for me. 26:16. Hold that. Listen.
But if the spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you.
Y'all hear that? In the spirit of what now?
Of him that raised up Jesus from the dead.
They tell you the spirit of him. There's got to be the spirit of God. That's what raised him up from the dead. There's no way in the world that you're going to take the word and still be in the same position. Amen. When the word came, it had to get him up. I don't know why people don't see the same thing. Listen what he said.
Dwell in you.
If it dwell in you.
He that raised up Christ from the dead.
What happened, son?
Shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you.
You hear that? It's going to set you upright. That's what he did with Ezekiel. You're going to have to get up. If you're going to entertain or ingest the spirit, you can't do it laying down. How proper is it going to be to try to drink while you're laying down? You wind up choking. You wind up drowning. There's a certain way you got to position yourself even to drink, even with a baby. When you give them milk or you give them drink, you got to position. A lot of them in here don't probably know it, especially watching in. They'll lay a baby flat and give them a bottle. And they don't realize it's going to drain right back to their ears. Then you wonder why they have so many earaches today. It's a lot of everything positioning. What you giving them is going to give strong, it's going to increase the bone density, it's going to increase muscle growth and mature. That's why you giving them milk. Milk belong to them, or that a who? That's a babe. Those are full of age, they take meat. So there's a certain way you got to position yourself, even for obtaining the spirit. He wanted Ezekiel to get up, arise, stand upon thy feet. Isn't that right? Let's see what he told Moses at the 3rd chapter of the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 3. Let's see what verse 3 say. Wonderful Savior.
Amen.
Other brother still got me Exodus Apostle chapter 26, verse 16. This is Exodus chapter 3. Put the fan on and let it blow down there on them. They ain't going to use it. Let it blow down there on you. Let the good time roll. This is Exodus chapter 3 at verse 3. Listen to the book.
And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, while the bush is not burnt.
Yeah.
And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush.
Yeah.
And said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I.
Come on.
And he said, Draw not nigh hither.
Listen.
Put off thy shoes from off thy feet.
Do what now?
Put off thy shoes from off thy feet.
Back me up a little bit before that. What did he tell Moses?
Draw not nigh hither.
Come on.
Put off thy shoes from off thy feet.
Put off that what?
Shoes from off thy feet.
Tell me where he was laying down at. Listen.
For the place whereon thou standest is Kadesh ground.
That which is written is upright. Even words are true. Got to be standing. Huh? Even Paul told y'all that at the 6th chapter of the book of Ephesians. Ephesians 6 and 12. Let's see what he said. Ephesians chapter 6 at verse 12. Matter of fact, make it 6 and 11. Make it 6 and 10. Listen.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord
And
in the power of his might.
what you want them to do?
Put on the whole armor of God.
How many of y'all can put on clothes while you laying down? Nothing but a lazy, tacky nigga. That's just the most bum-headed stuff I ever seen in my life. You know you got to get your behind up. You got to put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to do what?
Stand
Be able to lay.
against the wiles of the devil.
For we what?
Wrestle not against flesh and blood,
But against what?
principalities,
And what else?
against powers,
You know what wound up happening to us when he told you we wrestle and he looking at these different things? It's something that Paul said that we weren't ignorant of. Who remember? Lest he should do what? Now, how good are you going to be at defeating somebody if you laying down? You just about going to get your behind whipped laying down now. Isn't that right? He said, lest Satan should get advantage of us. And definition, advantage? Superiority position. That's why he was telling you to stand. You got to put on the whole armor of God that you'll be able to stand. When you look at the whole armor of God first, you got to take the old and the new. Whole armor of God us, you can't get rid of the law or the prophets. And that's the whole armor of God. That's the only way we're able to stand against the wild, against the trickery. Because if you don't, you ain't going to understand or you ain't going to recognize his device. It's going to look like some of God the whole time. It's going to be some of the devil. Don't you know they'll come and trip us up with the law? They'll get us when the devil came to tempt Jesus. What he came with? The Apocrypha? What did he come when he taught them? Did he come with something from the Maggin? Ain't that right? He came with the law. And the best way to trip us up is going to be with the law. So we don't have on the whole armor of God, we're going to mess up. Man came, he quoted them the scripture. If you be hungry, command these stones to turn into bread. Ain't that right? It said, written, it said, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that could proceed from the mouth of Yah. Isn't that right? He let him know, said, you be the son of God. Said, cast yourself down. Said, it's written. He'll give his angel charge concerning thee, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. He says, also written, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Y'all know how many people run out, especially Christian, more people and other people just Christian-minded. They run out and tempt God based on something they read in the book. He said, if I drink any debt, it shall not hurt me. Somebody said, you don't need to drink, they're going to make you sick. Oh, I'm all right. The Bible told me if I drink any debt, it shall not hurt me. So you've been warned. That's God letting you know don't do it. You're going to be that stupid, you're going to do it anyway. Because you're a spiritual retard. Let me tell you something. If you ain't got no understanding with the law, you'll mess up.
Amen.
You'll mess up now. A lot of stuff people don't think nothing about. You got to be thinking when it comes to the word. The only way to do that, you got to take to you the whole armor of God. Listen.
Against the rulers of the darkness of this world,
Who else?
against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Come on.
Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God,
For what reason?
that ye may be able to withstand in the evil
Got
day.
to stand in that. Withstand. Be able to resist it. You got to be standing and resist. Even James told you if you do what now? Resist him. He'll do what? He'll flee from you. What proof we have of that? When? When he was in the mountain. That's right. After he had been fasting for 40 days. He was Israel. Every one of them days stood for a year. He had to go and resort away from them. He was Israel. The whole book was about him. He had to go and resort away from them 40 days. That was somebody them being in the wilderness. The whole book was about him and one about them. Amen. It was about him. And after he was hungry, even he told her when the Lord put him there, he suffered them to hunger. He suffered the son to hunger. That he might know that man doth not live. He didn't say men. He said man. Man, singular, doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. See, if you don't look at it in the context of which it is, you're going to make a mess.
That's right.
Listen.
And having done all to stand,
lay down.
Stand therefore.
Go sleep. Go to sleep.
Stand therefore.
Uh-huh.
Having your loins girt about with truth.
Because you know what mess a lot of us are? Our sexual members. Yeah. See, when you talk about putting on the whole armor of God, a lot of people do good on, they can avoid the marijuana, the crack, those old things. They can't get away from the sex demon. Only I said sex demon when it tell us and it restricts us to days that we don't do it or restrict us to not being outside of our marriage or if we single to keep ourselves. It's not a masturbation tool. People can look at that. I was looking at an article somebody sent me from Sandy Spring where they were trying to sue the city of Sandy Spring for their right to have vibrators, the women. Sandy Spring don't want them to have it. They working for them. They want to get rid of all vibrators. Get rid of their sexual toy. Try to shut them down. They fighting to keep them. Women ain't got no self-respect. Never go public with no foolishness like that. Go get a turn and come out saying she need hers. Whole world know you're a freak. Folks ain't got no restraint. That's how bad bedtime goes. One woman let no man know no stuff like that. Wasn't no public information. That's how bad the world gone now. Somebody told me they had to clean out somebody's drawer. Somebody gave them a call. Say every drawer had a different vibrator in it. Folks ain't got no darn sense now. That's where the world going to. Women saying they need them a tool. You already got one. God gave it to you. He said it wasn't good for man to be alone. He made the woman for the man. That's your tool. That being honest, I don't care how freaked out we done got from the world. You got to unfreak your darn self. Freak yourself and get some darn discipline to the word. That's just how I am. You need to get changed.
That's right.
Someone trying to keep from laughing now. So, I got to go get all them batteries. Take them back. Yeah, take them done back. Little kid done bought a little Christmas toy, which he ain't got no battery. He can't. They tell him, sorry, you ain't gonna be able to plug. You got to plug up all your stuff. Ain't no batteries. They don't know what happened. Go to battery plug. They got on the sign sold out. You think somebody sold out for the Lord? Hey, we all been there. I know it's funny. I've been there. It's humorous because I had to attack and say issues about things that people don't address. Yeah. Listen, when your body start calling for things, it takes the word to come in and has to discipline us. That's the will of the flesh. People think something wrong, you just can't give in to it. It's a fight, it's a struggle, but yet you got to still stay disciplined to the word. That's what. Think about after the sun had set up, 40 days you hadn't ate. You talking about turning stone. I'm so hungry, nigga, I can eat a rock sandwich. I don't need to turn in no bread. I can get one rock, put between two more rocks and eat it. I just eat plain rock. 40 days? But you know how disciplined you have to be and confined to the word that you keep yourself and you still stay in that state. Paul said, I learned that whatsoever state I'm in, there we do what? A lot of times, let me tell you what we look at. I've been one. I speak from self-experience as well. A lot of times we start dealing with why we're in a situation or why the Lord allowed us to happen. You know how I am. You know how I think. You know how the things I desire are like. Then it's like you keep me in this situation and I'm doomed and destined to fail. No, he allow you to be in this situation so you can learn to break past that mindset of failure. At some point, you have to get back to stop going back. One of my biggest things with marijuana. I said, get a woman, I'm good. That marijuana demon will ride me bad. And it wasn't hard. I looked to find something to happen. I said, this going to be the last time. After this one, and I smoked that one when I get through the rest of this week, because it don't make sense to start. You just keep adding. It probably been, that's it. Then I might well get with this week so I can start over fresh. You just keep adding and make. How many of y'all relate what I'm saying? Some of these folks don't. You'll use that and it wind up keeping you captive. So you keep looking at it, you never break it because every time you feed it, then it comes back to life. Any habit you're trying to break, don't feed it. While it's there, we don't actually consider. Some of us, you be hungry a whole day, you finna done lose it. Think about 40 days. But he suffered him to set in that situation because as a man, what do we wind up finding the Lord told us about him? What did the Lord tell us about him? What was he now? What you got? What you thinking? You said something? He suffered the same temptation. Let's see what the law said about him. 21st chapter, 22nd chapter of the book of Deuteronomy. 22:18. Other brother, you get me Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1. We just take a little turn. I remember the 26th chapter of the book of Luke at verse 16. 26th chapter of the book of Acts of the Apostle, verse 6. This we do the Lord permit.
Amen.
Let's see what the law said about him. 22:19. Deuteronomy 22:19. Other brother got me the 8th chapter of the book of Deuteronomy at verse 1. Other brother got me Matthew chapter 4 at verse 1. Y'all all right? Amen. Let's see what the law said about him. Listen.
And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. And
what you at 22?
22 and 8 and 19.
Make it 21. To 21 and 19. Listen.
Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him.
And do what?
Bring him out unto the elders.
Then shall his father and mother lay hold on the congregation.
On him.
How many people is him?
One.
Tell me about him.
And bring him out unto the elders of his city.
And what they going to tell him?
And unto the gate of his place.
And what's going to happen?
And they shall say unto the elders of his city.
What could they possibly tell him?
This our son
is what?
Stubborn.
And
rebellious. He will not obey our voice.
What else?
He is a glutton and a drunkard.
Hold, stop it for me. Hold for me. Whoa. What is the problem?
He will not obey our voice.
Yeah.
He is a glutton.
Hold on for a minute. He is a what?
Glutton.
That's what the law said about him. Joker love to eat. Y'all missed that? Let's see what Deuteronomy said about it. Deuteronomy 8 and 1. See, when we go back and look, we say, well, why would the Lord allow him to sit there and be hungry like that? Because a lot of times he know and we know what our areas are. We know what our areas are and our strong points. I'm talking about our stronghold. And those are areas we try to stay away from. Don't let nobody try me. Don't let nobody tempt me in no area. Because that's where I'm weak at. The Lord said that's where you're going to be tried at. Because I need that to become your strong point. That's what we're going to do. We're going to work to break it. If you got an injury, the best thing to do is get it fixed and get it healed. And because the enemy going to know it too. And you sit here, you playing football, you on the line, you keep sitting me doing this number here. What they tell you? Arm hurt. So which side you going to try to hit every time? The man on the other side of you see it too. You know it, so did the devil. So what you think going to happen? You're going to keep getting pushed and pressed upon until you keep falling. So what the Lord got to do? Let's see what happened on here in the 8th chapter of the book of Deuteronomy, verse 1. See, this is why he said the preacher was why he still taught the people knowledge. A lot of times y'all wonder why am I getting tried in the area? Why am I getting pushed on? Because these are the areas, or the main areas that are going to wind up causing you to fail. Listen.
All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply.
You hear this? All that he commanded to do this day to do. Isn't that right? He gave good heed. He was taught. Listen.
And go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers.
Come on.
And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness.
Wow, he was 40 days up on the mount. These don't have no correlation. Listen.
To humble thee.
To do what now?
Humble thee.
To humble you. Why y'all think the Lord put y'all in the situation? Y'all take it a lot of times. He try to show you a lot of times you fail or fall in no area. Y'all take it as stop and quit versus showing you that's why I allowed you to get to this point so you'll see you can't do it by yourself. And these are the areas we got to attack to get you stronger. Because if you don't get past this, what's going to happen? Come on. When the devil knows what's going to happen? Every time he going to work you. Listen. You play basketball, you catch me, I can only dribble right. What you going to try to do? Make me go left. He can see I'm only dribbling right. It ain't hard to see what to do. The devil see y'all one-hand dribblers. How he steal the ball? How he keep, cause that's the job of a coach. He going to sit and watch the players. A lot of times players will think they coach you, but you're not coach. It's different than being on the court and looking out the court and seeing where you can improve. See, just like when people boxing, you can get great fighters. They no good without no trainer. Somebody in the corner and see what their problem is. Either your gloves too low or too high. Or you stay in the corner too long. You need to come out. You need to jab more. You need to stick and move. You need to stop, stay, or you need to go toe to toe. He can't handle it toe to toe. And when you win, they're going to give you the bit. They don't look at somebody on the other side coaching. That's what God do. He already see what your enemy is. And what the enemy plan attack going to come. So he come in and show you. This is all you got to do in order to beat him.
Amen.
That's what God do. He train winners. See, you got to look at this from a natural standpoint or if you get spiritual sense. Listen to what he told him.
And to prove thee,
No, see, and to prove it. Then what happened, son?
to know what was in thine heart,
Y'all know why he said that he was hungry like that? Let's see what's really in your heart. Listen what happened.
whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
Whether you'll keep his commandment. I know this is what he considered. First of all, he came behind a prototype. A prototype. What happened to the prototype? It failed. So what's probability that the actual invention gonna wind up making it? Based on the prototype was a failure. Now I'm gonna go and invent the exact same thing I invented the first time. I gotta kind of consider it's more of a probability you subject to fail. See, this only makes sense when you consider it's talking about the son. So the whole time when he put him down for them 40 days, I have to know what's in your heart. Whether or not you will keep all my commandments. Tell me what else he did to him.
And he humbled thee,
And he humbled thee.
and suffered thee to hunger,
Oh my goodness. I suffered you. I permitted and allowed you to go hungry that time. For what reason?
and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not,
Yes.
neither did thy fathers know,
Come on.
that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone.
But
By every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live.
had to teach him that. The son had to be taught that. Y'all all right?
Amen.
He even tried to tell them that he had some meat they knew not of. They tried to find out what they want to find out, brother. They want to know how they get something, who got it. Because you know what? It was just like with other people. They don't know how did Israel wind up getting food. Came down from heaven. He said, my meat to do the will of the Father. He suffered him the hunger that he might know that's how you're going to live. But he had to break him. Listen, the law already said about it. He already looked and saw the prototype. You're going to be, you greedy. Look what they told me in the 11th chapter of the book of Matthew. The book of Matthew, chapter 11. At verse 15. Y'all all right tonight?
Amen.
I love this book. On the book, they're right.
Amen.
I won't try to argue no sinner biography. I know he lied in it. This is the only autobiography I'll go along and I'll back it. 100%. Nothing been added. Nothing been taken away from it. And the other folks, they're going to do a tell lie, put something in it. Ray Charles sat down one day. He had a car. They said, hey, Ray, the man holding us to the time. He said, we got to feel. Well, sit down. You go babysit himself. No. Y'all just follow me now. No. And wrote a song like that. You know good and well they lying. That's what you do. You make a move. You put some lies in it. People don't want to pay for no truth. They did. I'd be packed out. People pay for lies. They had to move it or not. They know it's a lie before they go. I'm telling you, you know someone's supposed to be true. They're looking for more to lie than is the truth. Listen to the book. This is 11 and 15 of the book of Matthew. Come on.
He that hath ears to hear,
Let him do what?
hear.
That's all you do to people that can listen. Come on.
But whereunto shall I liken this generation?
Talk to me, son.
It is like unto children sitting in the markets,
Which do what?
and calling unto their fellows,
What did happen?
and saying, We have piped unto you,
And what happened?
ye have not danced.
What else happened?
We have mourned unto you,
And you have what?
not lamented.
Listen.
But John came neither eating nor drinking,
And John didn't come eating and drinking. What happened?
and they say, He hath a devil.
They said John have a devil. So you would really, Jesus, you be sitting here with the sinners and the winos. Because everybody know where Jesus be. He with him now. Friday night, where he be at? He be in the club. Everybody know where he be on the Sabbath night. That's where he be in the club. See, them the kind of preachers I could follow. One be in the club, you know what I'm saying, can drink a beer. Nigga know how to drink a beer. Jesus drunk beer. Where you read that? It was either Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. It was in one of them. All of them got the same lying, dumb, stupid testimony out their mouth. Listen what they said.
the Son of Man came eating and drinking.
And what did they say?
Behold, a man gluttonous.
So what that mean? Greedy. He eat a lot. So the Lord had to suffer him the hunger so he'll know what's in his heart. A lot of times, you know why the Lord suffers so much to go through these long little periods we might go through. We might call them droughts, whether with no employment or trying to catch up or get ahead or just find ourselves at a loss. Because the Lord got to prove you, know what's in your heart. A lot of people serve God when all their bills paid. He ain't got no problem. If you get everybody all their bills paid, they ain't got no debt, no worry, ain't got nothing else to do. Who couldn't serve him?
Right.
They ain't got no sickness or nothing. Everybody had to be tried with something different. Because what tried another person, that ain't somebody else fight. Somebody said, that's not even my problem. Some of them might barely even eat, so that wouldn't work for them. Ain't that right? But there's some other thing the Lord might try us on, allow us to go through in order to try to prove the test to see what's in our heart. And this is what he told them.
And a wine bibber.
And what else,
A
son?
friend of publicans and sinners.
And what did he tell them?
But wisdom is justified of her children.
That's why he said, he that have an ear to hear, let him hear. So you think he was just sitting up there just fasting. He was Israel. He had to be put there for those 40 days. Those were similar to those as mean years for him. He had to sit there and put him there and suffer him the hunger. When Israel was in the winter for them 40 years, they were just, although you got to consider, everybody that came from, they were just a prototype. Everybody was a prototype. You got to consider, you got a man who was in the beginning that came just like he did, that had the spirit in him. Because God did something to his nose. Who remember what it was? Into his what now? Into his nostril. And what happened? Living soul by the spirit of God. And he wound up failing. So God created another man that came through with the same attachment as the first man that failed. He still had to be tested. So we come along, we profess to be sons of God. You still got to be tested. Because you got to remember something. You got something that's always warring against the spirit. Ain't that right? It's warring against it. Ain't that right?
Amen.
Paul even told him, remember, he found two laws. The flesh got its own law too. It got its own discipline. It's its own will, its own thinking, its own ideas. And the spirit does. We have to be subject to the spirit and not to the flesh. That's why we had to come in and consider the word. Pick up at that Acts of the Apostles chapter 26, verse 16. Let's find out about Paul. The Apostle Paul. My man Paul, not my son either. This is Acts of the Apostles chapter 26 at verse 16. Let's see what's he laying down. Listen.
But rise and stand upon thy feet.
But do what now?
Rise
and do what?
Stand upon thy feet.
For I done what?
Have prepared unto thee.
Prepare or appeared unto
have
thee?
Appeared unto thee.
For what?
For this purpose.
To do what?
Make thee a minister
and
a witness.
Both of what?
These things which thou hast seen.
And what else?
And of those things in the which I will appear unto thee.
To do what?
Delivering thee from the people.
Unto whom?
And from the Gentiles, unto whom now I send thee.
To do what?
To open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light.
From the power?
Of Satan unto God.
Paul had to be standing to hear those words. And that's why I try to get on y'all by sleeping. And sometimes y'all lay down and don't pay attention. You're not conscious. And then you wonder why you hadn't obtained the spirit. You can't. He told you before, this stuff is spiritually discerned and people miss it. When he said, he that have an ear to hear, let him hear, which meant everybody that was listening didn't catch on. A lot of people read, how many years we read this book and we didn't catch on? We just automatically attached ourselves to it. That was just natural way everybody, all these churches are doing the same thing, and the average of these synagogues, they all doing the same thing. These people putting themselves in places they actually don't go. The whole book is about him. You'd be surprised what the book say about you. You'd be surprised. People see that the 25th chapter of the book of Job. 25 and 1. Let's see that what I want. (25 and 1). Listen to the book.
Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said,
This is Job 25 and 1. Listen.
Dominion and fear are with him.
Dominion and fear are with him.
He maketh peace in his high places.
He make peace in his high places.
Is there any number of his armies?
Come on.
And upon whom doth not his light arise?
Come on.
How then can man be justified with God?
You hear this? How then can man be justified with God? Listen.
Or how can he be clean that is born of a woman?
Y'all hear that? Listen to this.
Behold, even to the moon, and it shineth not.
Y'all hear it? Even to the moon, it shineth not. Tell me about the other element.
Yea, the stars are not pure in his sight.
Who know what was said? Who do we equate or equate to being the stars? The who? So what had to happen? Even the things in heaven had to be purified. Make sense? Even they weren't clear inside. You didn't know that, did you? Let's talk about you. Listen.
How much less man
Listen, how much less then is man? Tell me about it.
that is a worm.
Do y'all know the definition of that is? A maggot. Say you a maggot. You didn't know that, did you? If they weren't even clean in his sight, what you think that made you? So how much less do you? Say you a maggot. Let's pick up and see what he taught in the book of Hebrews chapter 2. Kinfolk! Hey, that kinfolk, you know what? I'm real proud of you, man. You got that job at that insurance company. What I had told you. I told you gonna do it. Let me hold some. Y'all didn't watch Johnson Family Reunion. Don't worry about it. This is the second chapter of the book of Hebrews, chapter 2 and about verse 6. Let's see what the book says. Listen.
But one in a certain place testified, saying,
I'm going to be confused. I don't know what they're saying. Come on.
What is man?
What is who?
Man.
That doubt of what?
Mindful of him.
Or who?
The Son of Man.
Where the Son of Man going to come from? Come from a woman. Tell me about it.
That thou visitest him.
Tell me about him.
Thou madest him a little lower than the angels.
You made him a maggot? Y'all didn't know Job told you that. He told, let me tell you something, y'all read these books when you read. More than one person said it. You just pick up. You can't count. They can't count for everybody that said it. Job just told you the same thing. Don't make sense? He trying to look at how can man be right with God. Say, he come from a woman. How he going to be clean? Now he just come along and just told you the Son of Man. Where you think a Son of Man going to come from? Born of man, which means you came through by aid of a woman. Pick me up at the 4th chapter of the book of Galatians. 4 and 1. Let's get understanding. Man, I'm an advocate for this book being snatched up and seized from these people. That'll be flogged for even caring, even thinking about this book. They don't know what they're doing with Uncle Ted. Folks, I made a mess out of this book. Let's see what he told you over here in the 4th chapter of the book of Galatians at verse 1. Listen.
Now I say that the heir,
As long
as he is a child,
different what?
nothing from a servant,
But is what?
though he be Lord of all,
Though he be Lord of all, but is what now?
under tutors
Under tutors
and governors,
and under governors.
until the time appointed of the Father.
Talk to me, son.
Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
Y'all hear that? When we were children. Children of who? That's right. Children of men. Huh? Y'all all right? We've been subject to the elements of the world, which means we've got to take the discipline of masturbation, lying, smoking, drinking, homework, committing adultery, covetousness, anything that's named. What else you going to do? You subject to it. Now he tell you about the person to come into possession. He was the heir, but he wasn't any different than a servant. He had to come here and be subject. He came to do what we didn't do. He showed himself to be subject. He was on the tutor. They had leaders. They had other people that were there. People that sat over the synagogue that ran it. He didn't come and try to overrun and take their place. He was subject. When he healed 10 lepers, how many came back? And what did he tell the one that came back? Go do what now?
Show ourselves to
You
the
said,
priest.
hold on, Solomon, clean it up for him. Go to the temple. What did he tell them to vow?
Show ourselves to the priest as according to the law.
He told him to go and show thyself to the priest and offer the offering which was according to the law. He was an heir. Though he was Lord of all, he had to still be subject. That was not his position to do that. He cleansed them leper. All the people that cleansed the leper, according to our law, you had to go to the priest. All the priests can pronounce you clean. He was a high priest after the order of Melchizedek, where these idiots messed up. Y'all been taught, thank our God. We all have learned. When he become a priest? After the order of Melchizedek. after his death, because after he resurrected, he was without father and mother. He was without beginning of days or ending of days because he had the Spirit of God. You can't put a calculated time on God. His is everlasting and everlasting. That's when he was raised up by the Spirit of God, which truly vindicated him to being the Son of God. When the man came around, they talked about him. They talked about the man with the son of Joseph. They named out his brethren and his sister. They said, that man, the son of the carpenter Joseph, and started naming his brother Judas and James, all his other brothers, and his sister. That left him son of man. His real declaration of son of God was after he resurrected. That was without any man whatsoever. That's all God. That's what made him after the order of Melchizedek. Because at that point, that got it. He was priest of the Most High God. That's why you got to have a teacher. These dumb people walk around. Nobody would have ever called him no Melchizedek. Doesn't say he know the damn doing boy mama. And dad, that would have been stupid. And now their father Joseph and his mother Melchizedek. You know how spiritually retarded these preachers are out here teaching these people? They have no idea what they're doing with this book. Listen.
But when the fullness of time was come.
When the fullness of time was come. Where we get that from? In Exodus. What did he say in Exodus? After the fullness of the Amorites. Who? Pentecost. Here's Zachariah, Sarah. He told Abraham, he told Sarah that he was going to come back and visit her at that time. When the fullness of time will come, she wound up giving her Isaac. He told her he was going to come back and visit her. Told her at that time, when the fullness of time, it came right back around. Let her know that we're going to come back around, and she gave us Isaac. That's why he said, in Isaac should our seed be called. That's why we find this parallel right here concerning the fullness of time. When a woman have a baby, that's right, when the fullness of her time is complete, isn't it? That's what we let Sarah know. At that time that she was going to give a son. He was going to come back and she was going to do it. That was the promise. So the women come along, why you think you do the same thing? In your completed time, you give a baby, don't you? Well, that's what we look at here. When the fullness of time will come, God sent forth his what?
Son.
Made what?
Of a woman.
Made where?
Under the law.
I don't know what these folks doing. Wouldn't make sense he ain't been above no law. He made under the law. He was subject to the law. What else you going to do? To do what?
Redeem them that were under the law.
Now tell me how Jesus came here to save somebody. He came to save who? What did the book say? Who? Sinners. What is a sinner? Explain me how he came to save these other people when they ain't kept no law.
That's right.
These stupid people, how they sinner? They ain't got no law. He came to save us. We had law. A sinner is a transgressor of the law. These stupid, dumb people ain't got no law. That's why they can do what they want to do. They can remarry. They can go to the club on the Sabbath. Before we knew about the Sabbath, what we were doing on Friday night? We weren't under no law. And these stupid people, these Christians, right, when they tell y'all that, say, see, I'm not under the law. You right. That's the only right statement a Christian has made. They ain't lying. You be arguing, telling you, no, they're not under no law. They tell you the truth. You're not under no law. And at the same time, you can't be saved. They so dumb, they think that means salvation. You can't be saved. That's what he told, what, the 3rd chapter of the book of, oh, goodness. 4th chapter of the book of Romans. 2nd chapter. See if it's the 2nd chapter what I want. Romans chapter 2. Jump down and give me about verse 11. Let me see that what I want. Wonderful Savior. If I had some notes, I wouldn't take me that long. I had some notes, y'all know I better, bam, I better call them things all like that and remember them.
All right.
Rusted now. Y'all know y'all to chip and give me one of them podiums. You know that's what they do now. They get the podium. It's flat. You don't need no Bible. They got the screen so it look like they can remember. I need one of them. With the wheel. So I can just push it around like this. Look like I'm carrying it. Oh, they do all that. You know, that's what Creflo on them. That's what they do too now. You know what they do? Them fat sorry Joe, he fat. What they do? You ain't find out he went to jail. God shut him up. They get their suits made like they got muscle. They get the shoulder implant. That's what they do. Seriously, that's what they do. You get the shoulder, you get them made, put all the cotton up in the shoulder, and they try to cut it, make it like they've been working out their fit. That fat joker looked so bad when he beat his daughter up, but I ain't blaming him. I'm the only one. I ain't criticizing about that. His daughter said something back, he slapped her. I said, should have knocked the darn teeth out. I wouldn't dare preached against him. I said, the only right thing he did his whole ministry. Child, he shouldn't have lied about it. Should have said, I tried to kill her. Oh, my darn mouth telling she finna go to no club. Finna go to doing club hospital. Tell me where you finna do and go. Only right thing did his whole ministry. Listen to the book.
For there is no respect of persons with God.
Yeah.
For as many as have sinned without law.
Y'all hear this? As many has sinned what now?
Without law.
These people, listen here, these people that go on the Sabbath night, ain't been taught about the law, don't know it. Those folks are good. Because if many have sinned without what now?
Law.
Tell me how they going to be saved.
Shall also perish without law.
Why we keep the law? That's how we're going to be saved. That's why he proved the Son. The Son kept the law. He said to show what's in your heart. Whether it will prove whether you keep my word. That's how he wound up saving the Son, right? So the only way to be saved is to keep the law. That's why he came to save the keepers of the law. These dumb idiot people walk around to him. He said he is right. That stuff don't apply to me. You're exactly right. So you're sinning without law. So you can't be saved by the law. Talk to me, son.
And as many as have sinned in the law.
That's us. We know what the law say. But we're going to do it anyhow. Tell me what's going to happen.
Shall be judged by the law.
Going to be judged by the law. We know it. Even when Moses came, we saw two our brothers, and he would have set them apart one against another. Said, sir, said the one that did his neighbor wrong, what he say do? Thrust them out. Moses had just made a judgment call. You know what they said? Who made you a ruler and a judge? He knew what the law was for that. So the one that did it, that's why our law told, what the law going to talk about? Even Solomon, he said, well, let's see what Solomon told us. Said in the 6th chapter of 2nd Chronicles. Y'all work with me a little bit. Will y'all do that for me? 2nd Chronicles chapter 6, verse 19. Man, I love this book. There's so much information in it.
Amen.
And people think, man, you done got everything out of it. Not hardly. I just said, this the gift that keep on giving. That other junk they got ran out when they gave it to you. Isn't that right? Give you some old funky little Victoria's Secret draw done already told on you. Give you a done rest. Some other old done heifer done stunk them up, and then you done stuck them on your body. Done walked out, done titty done dripped down that old nasty bra. You got to wash it before you wear it. Go to Walmart, leave my draw come in plastic. Somebody wore mine, they had to put it back together and tape it up and stick it back in the bag. Plus, it's going to have some nice creases on no nigga behind. I'm going to find out. Don't get Victoria, her stuff already pent up, hanging out like that. You don't know who I'm putting to that thing. Straighten up in here, I put it on backward first, then put it back on right. You know, stuck it on your done body. Everybody telling the truth. So they tell me I went on, came up with all kinds of little disease. Man, around be like Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson got them AIDS. Run on, put that junk on. Junk ain't gonna do nothing for you. Still gonna watch your stinking behind. Man, these folks got us so messed up out here. We trying to put on all these clothes and drawers and everything. That stuff ain't gonna get you nowhere with God. But to put something in your heart.
Right.
Isn't that right? Listen to the book.
Have respect, therefore, to the prayer of thy servant and to his supplication, O Lord my God.
Y'all hear this? Come on, son.
To hearken unto the cry and the prayer which thy servant prayeth before thee.
Listen.
That thine eyes may be open upon this house day and night, upon the place whereof thou hast said that thou wouldest put thy name there.
Come on.
To hearken unto the prayer which thy servant prayeth toward this place.
Y'all hear that? Come on.
Hearken therefore unto the supplications of thy servant and of thy people Yisrael.
Come on.
Which they shall make toward this place. Hear thou from thy dwelling place, even from heaven.
Y'all hear that? Did Israel make a prayer for us? He made a prayer for us. He told them to forgive us. We didn't know what we were doing. He told them to listen to Israel when he prayed. Of course, he wouldn't know what we're talking about the son. He was just talking about the congregation. Come on.
And when thou hearest, forgive.
What did he ask the Father to do? You didn't know why he said it, did you? Who y'all thought they were talking about us? I tell y'all make a lot of bad decisions. You thought they were talking about us? He was on the cross. Nobody picked that up, did it? He was on the cross. He said, forgive them. They know not what they do. They have no idea. They just make it teach the Bible verse at Vacation Bible School. Because they're stupid. They have no idea this was talking about him. Hearken to the prayer of his servant. He was talking about him. And when he asked, forgive, it was already set up. Why you think those folks said that they said Judah was the Son of God? They should have died. Listen to the book. I'll take y'all somewhere. Y'all ain't ready to go. Don't worry about it. Come on, son.
If a man
My mind just done took off. You don't want to go there. Come on. Listen.
If a man sin against his neighbor, and an oath be laid upon him to make him swear, and the oath come before thine altar in this house,
what happens, son?
then hear thou from heaven, and do and judge thy servants by requiting the wicked,
And doing what?
by recompensing his way upon his own head, and by justifying the righteous by giving him according to his righteousness.
That's why when Moses seen two men stoving together. Sir, why y'all wrong each other? The one that did his neighbor wrong thrust him from you. Solomon only had to come along and do what he was already told. What was taught? What was the king supposed to do, brother? According to 17th chapter. See why it's important to know this stuff? How would Solomon know that? Maybe he was in the movie with Moses. They'll do something stupid. They'll make a movie and put Moses and Solomon and put him and Solomon together. They'll even put Solomon from in here with him. These folks so done backwards don't make no sense. People just watch the most backward stuff. The whole book is about him. Amen. That's why he told them to forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. He was only doing, that's what he was trying to see what was in his heart. Would he know to hold to the word? Listen, this man up on the cross, being pierced, these folk done made mockery of this man, these folk done ran the man down and gave the man sour wine to drink, and that man still saying he had to keep the law. You know what he was telling him? He said when Israel got put to the what? He was put to the worst. He was put to the worst. In his worst, what did he wind up doing? Wound up doing his best. Most of us, you at your worst when you ain't even been put to a test. He was tested to get to this point, to see what's in his heart. You had to be built up to this point, folks. And the first thing y'all do when adversity and tribulation come, y'all faint, quit, stop. Find reading again. You don't read to God trying to show you what's in your heart. A lot of times people don't want to look at themselves to see where you fought at. Listen.
And if thy people, Yisrael, be put to the worst before the enemy, because they have sinned against thee.
Y'all hear that? Now we know that Israel did sin against him, not the son though. But he wound up bearing it. He got put to the worst because of their sin. The reproach of them that reproached thee fell on me. Isn't that right? Here go David. After David will say, hey, we'll move the number of people. And he go say, don't let it go on them. Let it come on me and on my father's house. Now he got to sit here and look at it. So this some of your stuff, it done fell on me. You wind up screwing up, it done fell on me. That's why I come along and he tell about visiting the iniquity of the fathers. What now? So we all understand it. A Jew understand that premise, don't we? If we serving for something, what we looking at? How in the world I got? That's what he asking. How did I wind up getting it? That's what he looking at. How did I wind up getting it? You see how the law come along, the man let you know he didn't respect the person. He didn't respect the person with the son. Him being born of a woman, well, you're going to have to bear some of Adam's stuff. The only way he could do it, he had to be born of a woman. Made of a woman. Why we went there and paid? Made, well, y'all didn't pay attention when he told you made under a woman. That already let you know it couldn't be clean. Y'all missed that. Job already told you that. And Job right just told you how a man going to be born a woman going to be clean. Wow. Wow. Just amazing. Y'all all right?
Amen.
That put us right down to being maggots. Ain't nothing but a maggot. When you see yourself in your lowest state, then you got to try to work to do better. The man hit his lowest estate. Isn't that right? Man went down, book say it's sitting in the lower part of the earth. You can't get no lower than that. It's bad when you under worms. Wasn't they under worms? Now what the book told the 14th chapter, Isaiah told him, said the worms covered thee. You got what? You lower than a maggot. People don't like to think like that. You know what? That's why people don't never really transform and change, because they don't see yourself. People don't like to address real issues. People really don't. I remember they have a show on years ago. I used to watch it every morning before I used to get up to go to school in elementary. It was called Good News. It used to come on TBS in the morning, 6 o'clock, called Good News. Old white fella named was Tosh. He used to come on and do some stuff. That name was Tight to come on and do all the funny stuff for the news. They ain't tell you nothing bad. I had to watch that every morning before I go to school. Called Good News. So it was sick of it. Every time I turn the news, people getting killed. Some have weather destroying people. Sick of watching that stuff. Cut the TV on, just watch Good News. That's every Sunday church, every live Sabbath church. Every church that holds Sabbath to their standard. That's the highest standard you can get. Good News church. That's all they are. Good News church. Nobody gonna come along and tell these folk the truth. You know what? The folk don't like it, but I better reckon that Jeremiah and the other prophet that came before him.
Amen.
They want me to come along and tell them, thus said the Lord, he going to take the yoke of these folks off for us. I ain't going to tell that lie. God ain't going to take no yoke off for us. God going to make the yoke, take the yoke of wood, going to make a yoke of iron on our behind. Ain't that right? I tell you, just like Jeremiah, I say amen and God do it.
Amen.
God let these white folks treat us right in America, and the prophet say that, I say like Jeremiah, I say amen. But I'm going to tell you this now, the prophet that been before me and before thee are old, they prophesy against. Y'all hear me?
Amen.
Yeah, everyone. The only way we knew one prophesied anything good, we had the way that came to pass. We are people hearing nothing but sorrow and conviction coming at us. When Yeshua came to tell them everything was going to happen at the end of the world, they showed them the temple, they were excited. Ain't going to be one stone. He said, praise our God. Let the house stand. My God said, won't be one brick moved. Y'all hear me? This house is going to stand forever. Saw that thing saying, one stone going to left upon another ain't going to be thrown down. That bad record to the other prophets. Then he started, when is going to be? And we ain't going to be the end of the world. And then he started telling, he didn't tell them about nothing good happened, didn't he? All that was just what was going to happen, destruction. When you hear a war, rumor of war, all that's just going to be the beginning of sorrow. It's only getting worse. Everything he told me, it get worse. And whatever you do, pray your flight don't be any winter. Them folks, goodness. False Christ going to rise. They're going to see many, but probably they'll see the very elect. And except these days should be shortened. It's getting worse and worse. Everything he wasn't telling them people nothing good, not until he got to the end. When you see men hard failing for fear for looking at them things that come on earth, then look up. What happened? Your redemption drawing nigh. Then you're going to see the Son of Man coming in the cloud in his glory. Everything, look what all you had to endure before you get there. You got to get the earthquakes in dire places, wars and rumors of war. Then don't forget though. Don't forget when you when you read about the desolation of Daniel. Then he told you need to be standing in the Kadesh place. Listen, everything that man came along to say, it lined up with what Jeremiah told him. They ain't never gonna prophesy nothing good. When Micaiah came, what was the king of Israel concerned about? Man, don't never tell me nothing good. Jeremiah, Micaiah, he ain't gonna tell it. If that's what you want me to tell you, I'll do it. And they made him sit up there and go ahead and tell them, yeah, that's what they're going to do. Symbolizing who? Who's he symbolizing?
Balaam.
Balaam. Who? Come on, y'all know the whole book. That was an easy question. Got to be Yeshua. Remember, they blindfolded him, told him to prophesy. Micaiah went on ahead and told what they wanted to hear. Should I go up or should I prosper? He said, go up, you prosper. So how many times I got to ask you, which means he came back to ask him again, just like with Jesus. They had to make him do it again. Did he finally wind up telling him what he seen? So he saw him standing before God and say he seen one coming after this man, another after this man. He said, who going to go down and persuade him? He said, then one came and said, I'll do it. And he want to know how. He said, I'm going to be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord told him to go and prevail. He told him, so I seen Israel sitting up on a hill and said, these have no master. Let him know when you go up, you ain't coming back. When you go up, you're not coming back. Y'all all right?
Amen.
It's important for us to know it, folks. Unlike these other people with no law, they ain't got to know this stuff. It's a good night to watch Law and Order, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, The New Normal, House Hooker Whores, all the dumb, retarded. Anytime, if y'all watch any reality show, you have proven that you are an idiot. You have just proven that you are an idiot. Because I don't know what you think yet. These people making money off you sit here being stupid. I mean, it's one thing to watch regular. You know that stuff fake, but you sit here believing this stuff real, you got to be done stupid. Some stuff just too done stupid to watch. In your mind, what are you thinking? Y'all use y'all doing hit. These people are dumbing you down. So next day you like, I can't watch this stupid stuff. That ain't folk going on with that foolish stuff. Ain't that right? I'd rather watch me a done lion run kill something. That's for real. Or me a cheetah run a done antelope or something down. Or me a grizzly bear kill somebody. Right, I like that. Grizzly bear, they don't see me coming. I'm hiding behind this tree. They ain't gonna know that I sneak up on. Here I come. They don't see me. No, he just ride up there and tear that nigga up. I said, that's for real right now. Y'all all right? What I got you hold on?
Still at Romans 2.
At Romans chapter 2. Come on, that 2 and 7 again. 2 and 9. Listen.
Tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil.
Y'all hear that? Tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that do evil. Talk to me.
Of the Jew first.
Of the Jew first.
And also of the Gentile.
He gonna get the law keepers first. Law keepers gonna get it first. That's what Paul said. Let's see what Peter said. 1 Peter chapter 4. Verse 19. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 19. Listen.
Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing.
Y'all hear this? Let them that do what now?
Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing.
And you know what's amazing? When Yeshua started talking to us in the 21st chapter of the book of Luke, he started telling us all these different things that was going to happen, the desolation of Dan. He told you in your something. Patience. What he told us to do? Sound familiar? Let them that do what now?
Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing.
So what did the son do before his death? Who remember? What did he do? That's what he told us, that Father, I commend my spirit into your hands. Makes sense, doesn't it? He was in his suffering. According to the will of who? According to the will of God. That's why he was suffering. It was the will of God. So he committed his soul. So all these different things that we're asked to do by the epistle letter, we can see examples. We see a clear example right here of what he wound up doing. He committed himself to him that judged justly. Pick me up at the 17th verse of that same book. Make it 15, 4 and 15. Listen.
But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody.
Busybody. And where?
Other men's matters.
Take care of your own stuff. Come on.
Yet, if any man suffer as a true Jew.
Let me put the true in there. They put Jew. Okay. If you're going to be a Jew, you can't help but to be true. We know good and well they wouldn't have put no Christian in here. This is a move by King James to try to come and orchestrate and try to give validity to the Catholic Church. Don't let these people make no fool out of you. Don't make it much sense that Jesus didn't walk by. Hey, Lord, why the way they been talking English over in Israel? People so dumb. This book been transliterated. And they transliteration, what you think they going to come along and do? They trying to give validity to the Christian movement. So they had to place it here because it's not written. They thinking we ain't adding. They know good and done well man wasn't no Christian. Why in the world they going to sit around? Look what Paul said in the 2nd chapter of the book of Galatians. Galatians chapter 2 at verse 13. Let's see what he said. All they got to do is show it to me. In the book of Revelation, why he concerned about them that say they are Jews and are not a liar? Why he worried about the Christians? In Revelation 2 and 9 and Revelation 3 and 9, get that for me. Stop their mouth. I know they sit around hypocrite thinking some doing Christian and doing retarded clowns. Every Christian retarded.
All right.
You have been pledging allegiance to a Christian flag. Doing retard. When a Christian got a flag, that's the doing American flag. Any flag you get, you might well done pledge allegiance to doing black flag. Go kill roaches. Stupid self.
All right.
They dumbed us down, have us sitting there. I remember standing there. We would pledge allegiance to America, pledge allegiance to the Christian flag, and pledge allegiance to the Bible. Telling lies. All them doing allegiance in there. Y'all remember everybody went on church to do that? You got to stand up, they got to do the American flag, then you do the Christian flag, then you do the Bible. Steady making a darn fool out of us, telling lies. No, you ain't finna obey no darn book. You ain't even a good darn false American. Too darn stupid to be false. Listen to the book. A good true American is a liar, a crook, a thief, a hypocrite. I'm honest. Too darn stupid to be a darn good American. Listen to the book.
And the other Jews dissembled likewise with him.
Come on.
Insomuch that Barnabas also was carried away with their dissimulation.
Listen.
But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel.
According to the truth of the what?
Gospel.
That's what they said, the death and burial of Jesus Christ. They walk not right according to the truth of the death and burial of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ come, did away with all the law. Listen.
I said unto Peter before them all.
You the what?
If thou being a Jew.
Thou being a what?
Jew.
Do what?
Livest after the manner of Gentiles.
And live after the manner of Gentiles and not as who?
Do the Jews.
What happened at this point?
Why compellest thou the Gentiles?
Why compel it who now?
The Gentiles.
The who?
Gentiles.
Those are not Jews. Gentiles are people of the nation. Why then him being a Jew and now you sitting here doing what the Gentiles do? Why are you trying to compel the Gentiles to do what?
To live as do the Jews.
What in the world are Christians doing trying to live like a Jew? These people don't know what they're doing. See, this is how dumb King James and the writers were that he authorized. They were too stupid. If you're going to change something, change all of it. Don't be so stupid next time. See how the truth still get out. We know that Peter was a Jew as well as Paul now. Why they say an argument and why Paul ain't talking about being a Christian? Trying to tell you, folks. People that say that 26th chapter, book of Acts of the Apostle, right quick. 26, let me see about 24. Let me see what that's saying. Make it 26:19. Listen to the book.
Whereupon, O King Agrippa, I was not disobedient unto the heavenly vision.
Y'all hear that? I was not disobedient to the what?
Heavenly vision.
To the what vision?
Unto the heavenly vision.
Tell me what you did, son.
But shewed first unto them of Damascus.
Showed first to them of Damascus. And who else?
And at Jerusalem.
And at Jerusalem.
And throughout all the coasts of Judea.
And throughout all, now who would be in Jerusalem out the coast of Judea? Jews. Talk to me, son.
And then to the Gentiles.
Then I went to the Gentiles. Come on.
That they should repent and turn to God.
Listen.
And do works meet for repentance.
Y'all said, so who told her that first? John did. Told her to bring forth meat for repentance. Listen.
For these causes, the Jews caught me in the temple.
And did what?
When about to kill me.
Listen.
Having therefore obtained help of God.
What happened?
I continue unto this day.
Listen.
Witnessing both to small and great.
Listen tell me what you were saying, Paul.
Saying none other thing.
Saying what now?
None other thing.
Saying what now?
None other thing.
Then did what?
Those which the prophets and Moses did say should come.
When did Moses and the prophet talk about Christians?
Never.
Amen.
If Paul didn't say nothing else other than what Moses and the prophet said, how did Christianity get established by us?
Amen.
Then Paul would have been a liar. Paul said, I ain't never said nothing different than what Moses, your first 5 books, and the prophet said. Come on.
That Christ should suffer, and that he should be the first that should rise from the dead.
Come on. Which would be what? Pentecost. That Christ should be the first fruit. That's Pentecost. Now, why would a Christian be worried about Pentecost? They so dumb, they'll go and read Acts 2 and 1 when the day of Pentecost. I'm going to name my church Pentecost. First Pentecost. First Pentecost Apostolic Church. All my service time, 9 o'clock a.m. Sunday morning, 10 o'clock a.m. Sunday morning, and 11:30 Sunday morning. Pentecost belonged to the Jew, Old Testament law. I don't know why people are so dumb. Listen.
And should shew light unto the people and to the Gentiles.
Listen.
And as he thus spake for himself,
what happened?
Festus said with a loud voice,
Christian! What did he say? Paul,
thou art beside thyself.
Much what?
Learning doth make thee mad.
What did he say?
But he said, I am not mad.
Most who?
Noble Festus.
Tell me what happened.
But speak forth the words of truth.
And what?
Soberness.
What do you know?
For the king knoweth of these things.
Y'all hear it? The king knoweth the what?
These things.
And what you persuaded of?
Before whom I also speak freely.
Yes.
For I am persuaded.
I am what?
Persuaded.
When you persuade somebody, you influence. What he influenced about?
That none of these things are hidden from him.
Y'all hear this? I'm persuaded. I already know you know this. What happened, son?
For this thing was not done in a corner.
Because this thing wasn't done in a corner. Talk to me.
King Agrippa.
King Agrippa.
Believest thou the prophets?
Believest thou the who?
Prophets.
What do you know, Paul?
I know that thou believest.
I know you believe the prophet. Tell me what King Agrippa said.
Then Agrippa said unto Paul,
what did he say?
Almost thou persuadest me.
Just read what he said. Isn't that what they putting out?
Almost thou persuadest me.
To do what?
To be a Christian.
Now tell me when the Christian believe the prophets. It dumb them down. Take what they said and show them they're dummy. I ain't said nothing other than what Moses and the prophets said. I'm persuaded you know this. Ain't none of this stuff here from you. This one done in no corner. I know you believe the prophet. I am a Christian. Do you know what that means? That's what King Agrippa started singing. Listen what he said.
And Paul said.
Now Paul said, listen what Paul said now.
I would to God.
I would to God.
That not only thou.
That not only you was a Christian.
But also all that hear me this day.
But everybody that hear me this day was a Christian.
Were both almost and altogether such as I am.
Because that's what I am. I'm a Christian. Do that make sense?
No.
Here he go arguing with Peter about getting the Gentile to live like Jews, and he a Christian. These people, they dumb us down. They dumb us down. It making much sense if Peter telling us in 1 Peter 4 chapter, if any man suffer as a who now? A Christian. Go what they said. Who was Peter letter to?
Jews.
He gonna write the Jews and talk to them about suffering like a Christian. Lying, smoking, cheating, and whoremongering. Wearing weed, arching eyebrows. If any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed. But don't suffer as an evildoer, or as a murderer, as a busy. Every Christian is a busybody. And other folk matter. What kind of dumb sense did that make that Peter would have been telling them folk they suffer as a Christian, don't be ashamed? Take their word and show them how stupid they are. They say, that do sound pretty done stupid. These men wrote to the dispersed. They wrote to the Jews, to strangers. Why would they be telling Jews about being Christian? Listen, if you've been lying and cheating and whoremongering and sleeping with other folk, why? Don't be ashamed. Just don't be a murderer or an evildoer. What can be worse than that? An evildoer. Why else do I have on the table worse? I mean, when you sat down and see, when you break them down with simplicity, but you know what I had to do? That's just the book. It probably had no kind of relation. More because the preacher was something. He still, yea, he gave, and that which was written was what? Even words of what? And you know what else he said in order? I had to come and I had to shoot this sand in the foot. This is what they've been saying. He told you don't suffer. You can cheat, commit adultery, drink, break the Sabbath. Just don't let any of you be an evildoer or a busybody in other men's matter. Wow. Really dumb. Really dumb. A Jew gonna keep the law. See what he told me in the 22nd chapter of the book of Acts of the Apostle, 22 and 1. He told Agrippa he wanted everybody to be a Christian like him. Other brother, say that the third chapter right quick of the book of third chapter of the book of Philippians 3 and 1. I got Revelation chapter 2 and 9, Revelation 3 and 9. Is that all right? Y'all work with me. You know, it's hard to remember this stuff when you don't write it down.
That's right.
Listen to the book.
Men, brethren, and fathers.
Talk to me, son.
Hear ye my defense.
Listen, your defense. That's your case. He trying to, what Paul's case going to be? Talk to me, son.
Which I make now unto you.
You making a defense. Come on, what you trying to defend, Paul?
And when they heard that he spake in the Hebrew tongue.
When they heard he spoke, when he spoke, Hamalama, Shamalama, Hachapoji, for law. When they heard he spoke in the apostolic Christian voice, what it say now? When they heard what happened?
That he spake in the Hebrew tongue to them.
Who will be talking in Hebrew? Some Gentiles? Jews. What did they do?
They kept the more silence.
Tell me what happened at that point.
And he said, I am verily a man which am a Jew.
What verily he talking about?
True.
Truly a man that is a what now?
Which am a Jew.
Talk to me, son.
Born in Tarsus.
Born in Tarsus.
A city in Cilicia.
Come on.
Yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and taught according to the perfect manner of the law of the fathers, and was zealous. Zealous. What are my words?
Yeah.
Toward God, as we all are this day.
So who is he talking to, I wonder? Talking to more Jews. Man got them folk to stop. When he spoke in Hebrew, Jews would know, oh, that's our language. Not these niggas. Oh, sama ha ha ha. That nigga tell what they speaking in tongues. The light of a dumb Christian. What's more, them folks know Hebrew. That's Hebrew. That's our language. He said when the man appeared on him, what did he speak to him at? Paul goes, Jesus, Paul on the great case, sit down. Oh, my shaka, my shaka, ha, shaka, Moshe. Paul be like, I can't see, but what that nigga said? That's Christian. Paul said when he appeared to him, he spoke to him in Hebrew tongues.
Right.
How these people coming over there fooling these Christians doing backward churches? They dumb us. That's how dumb. We were dumbed down. We ran over this stuff. Look at that. This Paul said what he used to be before Christ came in his life. Where he said that at? After he had learned Christ, and he learned the New Testament, after he learned the book of Corinthians, nigga, he wrote Corinthians. Stupid said that's a church, a congregation. I mean, these folks are doing stupid. See, Paul had to go and learn the book of Galatians. And once he learned all of those, then he became a Christian. See, he was an early Christian babe. Then he matured into an adult Christian. Y'all going to hell for that stuff. They going to hell for this stuff. They got to feel real done dumb. This man just told you, I'm truly a man that's a Jew. I've been taught the law at the feet of Gamaliel. Gamaliel is a teacher of the law. He taught Pharisees. We weren't going to let, we'd have killed Paul. He kept talking to him, yeah, I'm a Christian. I got hoes and I be getting down. I be at them party, I smoke that weed, get drunk, kill him. He's a Gentile, kill him. They killed him. All right, man, let them know I've been taught according to the perfect manner of the law of the fathers. So I was zealous toward the Lord, just like you all are this day, because they were bringing Paul in for what reasoning? Do what? He would tell them about the Gentiles that had to be circumcised and Jews. We Jews, we want to investigate that. When you start telling people to forsake what Moses said, we need to see you. We need to come see you, baby boy. You can't go around telling folks talking about forsaking that Moses said. So he was brought in counsel because we got questions about what this man going around telling people. When they had in the 21st chapter, they told that fella that the multitude must need to come together. Because they're going to hear you hearing that you telling all men to forsake Moses, and the Jew that turn to God, that they don't even need to be circumcised, neither their kid, after the tradition of the fathers. These dumb folk don't know what they be doing. They don't know what they doing. That's why they had to sit up here to speak to us and get us to listen. Well, listen, man, once you start talking about forsake Moses, shut your mouth. Right. Keep your mouth shut. You got to know, you got to be scared to stop a Jew to get us to sit down and listen to you. Don't take them to get a Christian, old stupid nigga, drunk man, come up them, whole peed on himself. You know what my Bible told me? Beware how you entertain a stranger, because some are entertained. Drunk with pee all in their clothes. Yeah, right. Just ran into done angel dust, stupid self. Folks so done stupid. And that woman walk up preaching. I don't want to judge, because she could be an angel. When you ever seen a female angel? Oh, ain't nobody a stupid Christian to come up with that. I was a Christian. You turn about it now. You scared. You want to get, because God might be testing. I said, get your behind away from this car. How y'all say I know that nigga? God ain't sent that nigga. I know him. I'm dead now. That's just a regular nigga. Made me give my money. Don't be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Isn't that right? Think I'm looking at him. I'm looking through him. Burn that son of heart. I know an angel they come. Ain't that right? Don't y'all know the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet? Somebody run around following no dumb woman talking about God can be you. Shut your mouth, you a nigga. Stupid self. Yeah, run around there and get anybody something. Spot that nigga a mile away. Right. Y'all all right? Thank the Lord. Come on. Where I got you all the son? Third chapter, book of Philippians. Other one got me Revelation 2:9, Revelation 3:9. I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. This been helpful information. I appreciate it, y'all. I thank the Lord for enlightening us. They think we make fun of people. I want to make fun of them for the fact, make them do what I had to do. Sit down and investigate and question. Get out and get some logic. I ran from the Sabbath, man, sit there, try to find. You know what I learned? If you want to fashion your mind to keep doing something wrong, anybody can tell you nothing different. It's something you want to do wrong, nobody tell you. All of us come from doing that same. We all came from, who were harder Sunday worship than some of us? All the hard Sunday worship. All were faithful Sunday worship. Ain't no way in the world I've been late. Some of y'all some old niggas. Go some Sunday, wouldn't show up or doing a couple of Sundays. Oh, irregular nigga. Man, I was a faithful Sunday. I ain't play that fool, man. Don't go to church and go on no street. No, I won't. I go see my God first. Get high later. That's right. I was committed. I was committed. That's what the Lord looked at and said, you commit yourself to that stuff. You ought to be to serve me, then I tell you, I get you the truth. And I'm just being honest with you. I wasn't never faithful. Yeah, that's dangerous. Lord, he gonna come get me from doing something. He wants somebody doing something. Let me tell you something. You got to have some type of form or integrity in you for God to be able to use you. Amen. I was faithful in what I was doing going the wrong way. I defending that thing. I got some tape. Preacher get the Sabbath. I one time just heard, he said, man, I listen to one of them tapes. So I started asking myself, should we be going to Sabbath? Listen, when they ever came and condemned me? Okay. Them fellas come, all you say was, yeah, you supposed to go on the Sabbath. Shut your mouth. So Jesus said, Lord do good on the Sabbath day. Where they behind out? So they ain't drinking and cheating and lying. They be like, yeah. But you supposed, they couldn't take no Bible sound and said, let me take this book and show you how they work. No, I was wearing that pork out shoe. Man, Chris, I had Chris eat some shrimp. Chris growing up, Chris, we eat that stuff. We went out to Red Lobster. Chris said, give me one of them shrimps over here. I said, I said, Chris, your eyes is coming. Then I was like, why your eyes come on? Chris said, whoo, my head hurt. I said, what's wrong? I said, take your time. Just don't eat them that fast. He said, then come back, I had to come and get up and tell him, I complete that thing. This is him. Mr. Damon recording back there. He just let the tape just kept running over. Hoes, we were quiet. You remember that when the air, oh, Lord, I had crab legs in the refrigerator. Lobster tail. I had them done. Lobster tail. I had bought a pack for all them niggas off the street. Steaks. Now you get that little pack with the nigga done sold me. Got the little, listen. I had filet mignon wrapped in bacon, crab leg, and shrimp. I went and bought some jumbo shrimp. But that thing was so darn pretty. I said, I'm going to have me a feast. Man, we went out to eat at Longhorn that night. We were eating them shrimp, man. I was eating them things. I had got home that night. And that was a Saturday afternoon. We had a Bible study on Saturday. I had got home that night. Somebody sent me an email and said, I listened to you. Said, I believe what you're teaching. So I just want you to look at one thing. I was teaching about when I started weighing them out, saying the unclean and clean alike, you may eat thereof them. I weigh them out, them niggas couldn't fight to say they like. I said, what that mean? They bagged down. I get that thing, I said, this is my go-to. Wearing they behind. You say what that mean to clean and unclean? I weigh into them. Man, I mess around that boy, he said, just look at something. So I ain't saying you wrong or right. Just look at it. I said, it ain't going to take that long to wear this thing out. I opened that thing, looked at it, he told me look at something. I said, I got there. I shot over him right quick. Every creature God is good, and none to be refused. I started digging myself. I kept looking where he was like, Lord just said, don't look at it like that. Look at it from the law standpoint. What did I get him to eat? I started looking at this stuff, said, oh my goodness. Then I said, I know I got it, man. And Jesus said, what going to man don't defile me. What come out of it? That I read, I said, this got it right here, baby boy. Oh, I'm getting ready to email him right on back, real politely. Got down about, he said, but to eat with unwashing hands. I said, unwashing hand. I said, but the pork and the unwashing hand. But it go in out the belly, unwashing hand. I said, oh my goodness. Listen, that thing worked on me. I sat there, looked at that thing, and then I came and I said, I had to get this thing cleaned up. They remember, y'all remember him? I kept listening. Unlike these folks do. Lord show me. Y'all know that. I clean that thing up. I ain't finna go to hell. Probably ain't gonna take me. I've known folk that died with that junk went on. Well, the church ain't ready. You can mess around. I'm talking my phone, but he was old nigga like that. He holler, folks don't be ready. Even Jesus said, I have many things. Said, nigga, I'll kick you in your back. Don't try to go use that. You ain't no Jesus, nigga. Folks, I'm saying, folks go use that stuff, start putting that. You can put too much on it. Anytime it's something to get the folk right, that's when everybody want to holler at it, patient. You got to know where people at. You don't want to put too much. What you could do, you got to catch a fish. First of all, let nigga come with this fish and start to kick his behind. How you going to scare something you ain't got in the first place? That's just a dumb story. When you see a nigga in the air, I'm scared of it before I catch it. They always want to use some riddle line to cover up when they don't want to do their job. Because it don't be the people, it be them. It don't be the people. I could have been me, I could have held on to it. Everybody was good, we'd have kept rolling. You got to suck your pride up. You got to get you out the way and start looking at what's beneficial for the people. That's why a lot of folks God can't, you could ever do what they say. Don't nobody know. Everybody seem to be doing pretty good to me. Don't tell them. You know how dangerous that is? Now you're going to take everybody to hell with you. These people dangerous. Let me tell you something. The average guy, as long as they getting paid, you ain't even on that. The average of these preachers, this is the sad part though. The average of these preachers know. They go to school. These people had to go. They had to study. They had to read this stuff. They got to look at some Hebrew. They got to learn the law. They got to learn this stuff. And they come right out and go right back to wrong. Because they look at where the money at. You know what they look at though? I'm drawing the people. This is something a lot of you say. First, you got to try to grow them. Then you can change them. Get a tree growing too far and try to change it. You ain't finna change that tree. When you put it in the ground, you got to go ahead and put stakes and go and line up why it's a sapling. You let that thing start getting it bent up like this and like that, you ain't finna change no tree get like him. Only thing you do that tree, that point, cut it down. That's why when John came, what he told us this? That Daniel. Daniel said, the watcher told him hewn it down. He said, as it lay well, I got to kill it. He said, I got to kill it. When you hit the root, you got to kill it. I can't change it. It done gone too far with us. We couldn't be changed. You had to kill us. That's what happened when you get too much growth going the wrong way. I had to come make a whole lot of people uncomfortable. I got to kill you. I got to kill. I'm a killer. I got to kill you in order to make you back alive. That's what he told Jeremiah. Tear down. Root up. That's a killer. You go and take someone from the root. It can't grow no more. It's done. Then you know what he told? Then go plant and build. Y'all know, listen, I'm a licensed demolitionist. I got to tear it down. That's what I do. Demolition. I'm a killer. I got to rip you up from the root. That's the only way we're going to get right. These people that are gone wrong so long, you know what people do? They keep taking that old, raggedy church behavior and drag that junk to the synagogue. When you transition, you got to be putting that junk on. You can't drag that church junk on. Got to get rid of that, because that stuff will pull you back. That's what happened with him. When he looked at with Israel, He said they were not estranged from their lust. He looked at these niggas doing the same fools they did before until I get them to kill it out. The book of Colossians, if you then 3:1, you got to go be risen with. Seek those things which are where Christ sitteth. What does he say there? Set your affection on things and not on, for ye are what? And your life, when Christ shall appear, then shall we appear with him in glory. He said, appear, he gonna receive us. What did he say after that point? Mortify. What does mortify mean? Kill it. Which are upon the earth. So he got to get you right down. So you start taking off on what he told you to do, but he let you know what you got to do first. You have to mortify your members. When you make some modification, it's some things you usually taking out that you can't use. You scrap it, just like it's dead. You go and modify an engine. You can't modify to leave the same stuff there, can you? Modify means you got to take some stuff out and put some other stuff there. That's no longer there. You say, is that the same? You say, well, I made some modifications to it. Kill it out. This is why people don't actually transform and get the spirit, because they ain't got no understanding. Modify your members, which are here. He don't want you to kill it when you die. Kill it while you're living. You got to kill it while you're living. You got to have the same mind Abraham did. If it'll give life, I'll kill it. He'll kill his son if it give life. That's his son right down there. He won't kill him. Then you got to look at why you got life. What you willing to kill and get rid of that you can live. That's your hindrance. So that's why God wound up testing us. So when I say testing, he allows us to be put in certain situations so you can see whether or not, prove whether or not you love him. Because he told you something. Jesus said if you love him to do something. He only told you that because that's what he had to do to prove to the Father.
Right.
If he really loved the Father, keep his commandments. That's all he had to do. Keep his commandments. Y'all all right?
Amen.
You know that when Jesus was here, he never taught, you won't find where he taught about offering for sin. Keep the commandments. When he asked the young man, what must I do to be perfect here? What he told him to do? Go kill a what now? Sacrifice a what? Wouldn't make sense. You didn't know why he told him that, did you? Because he clearly told in the book of Jeremiah when he brought us out in the 7th chapter. So I never spoke to your father the day I brought him out of Egypt concerning no sacrifice for no sin. The young man asked what could he do to be perfect. Why he didn't tell the man what offer for sin? We got offer for sin. Then we had bull offering, bullocks, didn't we? We had red heifers. We had stuff for ashes that you use for a dead body. Why he didn't tell him any of this stuff? He want to know how the law read. He read the commandment. When another man asked him in the 12th chapter of the book of Mark, in the 29th chapter, he want to know what was the first commandment. He want to know the great. He told him the first one. I forget remember what it. The Lord our who now? Is what? One Lord. Told her how we put 11. Hard. And what sacrifice now? What bullock? What turtle doves? Never said that, didn't he? That's what he tried to tell you. And the day when I brought y'all, he said, I didn't talk nothing about no sacrifice for no sin. Y'all just took off and started doing it. That's like Sunday where everybody just take off and do stuff. He hadn't said it. Jeremiah, he tried to tell them. He said, I hadn't sent these prophets. I hadn't spoken to them. Had they stood in my counsel and caused the people to hear my words, then he should have turned them from the evil that they're doing. A lot of these folks, they ain't even heard nothing. How you going to turn them? You ain't even heard nothing. All you heard is tell lies, smoke weed, get high. Cheat, steal, and kill. What you going to tell somebody else? You got to do it. That's what made the difference. But this thing is a whole lot more serious than what people actually think about it. That's a whole lot more than what people actually think about it. He never told that man that. He asked that man, when that man sat back and recited to Jesus, let's see what he told him, 12:29 on Mark. Other one said that 19 and about verse Verse 14. Matthew. I know I call that Revelation 2 and 9 and 3 and 9. We'll let that go. And they don't know, they ought to know who he called. They say Jews. That's what we were concerned about. People saying they're Jews and are liars. You ain't lying if you say you're a Christian. Anybody say they're a Christian, they ain't lying. Don't y'all dare argue with them people. They telling the truth. I'm a Christian, so I know it. You can tell that all day long. You got all the traits of a Christian. Listen to the book.
And Jesus answered him, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel.
What happened?
The Lord our God is one Lord.
And what you supposed to do?
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment.
Listen.
And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Now, you do know these people paraphrasing they put this in, which he would have actually literally gave him the first 5. He'd have given the first 5, which would have been for who? And the last 5 would have been, that's why he said the second are namely like unto these. Listen what happened.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
Ain't neither none other commandment greater than these. If you do these 10, you won't worry about infraction of others. Listen what he told him.
And the scribe said unto him,
And the scribe said unto him, listen.
Well, master,
Thou
thou
hast
hast said the truth.
You told the truth. Tell me why.
For there is one God,
Listen.
and there is none other but he.
Listen.
And to love him with all the heart,
Yeah.
and with all the understanding,
Yeah.
and with all the soul, and with all the strength,
Listen.
and to love his neighbor as himself,
Listen what Jesus told him.
is more than all whole burnt offerings and
Oh
sacrifices.
my goodness. What could Jesus tell him after that?
And when Jesus saw that he answered discreetly,
What happened?
he said unto him,
Thou art what?
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
You going to hell. Did you say you ain't going to offer no burnt offering sacrifices? He went right back to what Samuel told, what he wound up telling Saul. Obedience is what? Then what? And the hearken. That's why he told Israel the first time, Hear, O Israel. It's better for you to listen. Y'all sleep, you can't listen. You won't ever find what Jesus told you for about no Sabbath. When he told a man about leprosy, he would not offer the sinner. He was telling to offer the offering that's by the law. He never taught about no bullock. That's why they came down to Passover. That's why he gave himself to be the sacrifice. Because he told you above that when he said sacrifice or offering for sin. He said, but thou hast prepared for me. I'm going to be the sacrifice. I'm coming behind the prototype to do what the prototype didn't do. The book said what the law could not, in that it was what now? Weak through the flesh. God doing what? Sending his own son in the likeness. For what? To do what? To declare it wrong. Actually, you couldn't call Adam wrong until he came. You wind up sinning too. Not the same similitude. You wind up doing the same thing. So one can talk about the other. Even Paul said, thou art inexcusable man whosoever all that does. What is it? I can't remember. Judges another? Wherein thou teachest, thou do what? You condemn yourself. Couldn't condemn until he came. He declared it to be wrong. Son of God, came in the flesh, bearing the spirit, obeyed the word without sin. Nobody can be negligent. That's why Peter tried to tell you, I won't be negligent. To put you in remembrance of these things, though ye... Why would a Gentile have known it? Because he was talking to Jews. Though you once knew them. That's why we're here. He came to redeem them that were under the law. The only way for any redemption to these Christian sinners is for them to get their mind set and get under the law. That's the only way you can be saved. That's the only way you can be saved. That's why we're here. When people ask you, why you go, why you doing it, they dumb, they don't know. They'll tell you they go to church on Sunday because they saved, and they'll realize they can't be saved. The only way to be saved is by the law. And the law ain't getting no order, no restriction for no Sunday worship. That's why we're here. That's why we're here on the Sabbath. In the 4th chapter, book of Luke, verse 16, Jesus, as he custom was, he went into where now? When? Because that was the law. Don't let these people make no fool out of y'all because y'all come, y'all say, I'm so tired. I just keep going. You keep going because this is the only way you can be saved. If you ain't under the law, you can't be saved. There's no way possible for it to save you. You're not a keeper of it. We're under the law. We're going to be saved by it or we're going to be condemned by it. Y'all hear me? Their condemnation under the law is going to be, it ain't even talking to you. It's not even talking to you. Where you going? It ain't even talking to you. All right. That leave you holding something. At the 19th chapter right quick of the book of Luke. Matthew 19:14. Make it 19:15. Try to get ready to let them go. Y'all all right? I appreciate those of y'all that fighting and struggling. Keep fighting. When you've done all you can do, you keep fighting. You remember your soul on the line. At the end of the day, you can't afford to die and leave here no sinner.
That's right.
Thank the Lord that he the final judge. I had time in my life, so I just gone on down to glory. Thank God that I didn't.
Amen. Amen.
Only glory I went to was a glory doing casket. Isn't that right? I was stuck charcoal under my dung. I was going to catch a fight. Thank God he's merciful. He spared us to get to the truth. Ain't that right?
Amen.
Listen.
And he laid his hands on them and departed thence.
Come on.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master.
What happened?
What good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Good thing to do to inherit eternal life. What happened, son?
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good?
What happened?
There is none good but one.
Even who?
That is God.
Come on.
But if thou wilt enter into life,
what happened?
Keep the commandments.
If thou wilt enter into life, offer what now?
Keep the commandments.
And what did he tell him?
And he said unto him, which? Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not steal.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Mm-hmm.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Mm-hmm.
The young man said unto him.
Now we know good and well that Jesus ain't said he ain't gave that man no 6th commandment. We know he ain't gave him no 6th, 7th commandment. He would have gave him all of them. But you see how smart the Catholic Church was? You took out things that were crucial and taking out the Sabbath. They were so dumb. They say here in Left you can blaspheme God's name, take the Lord that God's name in vain. That ain't in there. Ain't that right? You have other idol gods. There's other stuff they like. In trying to get rid of Sabbath, they were so dumb, they still shot themselves in the foot, which wouldn't make sense. He told his man, this is what he got to do to inherit eternal life. Listen.
The young man said unto him,
what?
All these things have I kept from my youth up.
I just go to church on Sunday. I've been keeping them other 7. Come on.
What lack I yet?
And what happened?
Jesus said unto him,
offer what now?
If thou wilt be perfect.
If thou wilt be perfect.
Go and sell that thou hadst.
And buy an offering for what now?
And give to the poor.
And thou shalt do what?
And thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come and follow me.
They didn't talk to him about no sacrifice for no sin. Wouldn't have made sense for him to talk about no sacrifice for sin. That's what he was coming to do. So you can't break a behavior with giving them the same behavior. You know they got this theory. Sometimes when a man drunk, if you want to really get him to listen, give him some more liquor. They got a theory. If you want to get a crackhead, when a crackhead is thriving for crack, they won't listen. So you know what you got to do? You give them a little crack so you can just enough to where they can listen and the word of God can just get in them. That's why I wouldn't have made no sense when they come and talk to them about no letting them do no offering, no sacrifice for sin, because then you're not going to break the behavior. You ask me what you got to do to be perfect? How the law read? Then taught Abraham about no sacrifice for no sin. Told Abraham, so I'm the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou what? Perfect. Blameless. All right, blameless. Then tell him you got to offer sacrifice for sin. Not at all. Walk before me and be blameless. The way he did that, he told you. What he told Isaac? Because Abraham obeyed my law, kept my statutes, and my judgment. Never say offer no sacrifice for no sin. Abraham never, Isaac, Jacob, they never offered no sacrifice. He never spake them concerning no sacrifice for sin. Never talked to him. Never did it. Y'all all right? Amen. That's why we here. The old offering that Abraham sat down and he sacrificed, he split, all of them represented the son. Huh? All of them represented the son. And when he slayed him, when he laid him, now what wound up coming? The who? Before the furnace. That's right, the buzzer, the vultures came. And he came along later to let us know that where the carcass is, there shall the vultures be gathered. They got a homing invite, which means when the son was killed, we should have been getting our stuff together. They knew to do it. After Abraham had slayed him and killed him and separated him, they wanted a home and they came right anyway. Abraham got here. They wanted them getting a stake to beat them all. That's what we do. A vulture had the technique to determine something and detect something that is going to die. You don't see no vultures just flying over no car, flying over nobody walking on no animal that's healthy and well. They can pick up and see a stack in your step. They can see a pause with you. They say they have a radar detector of approximately 5 miles. They can pick up a dead animal or animal on the proximity of dying. Which means the same thing with us. When we see all these signs, they got signs they see, they detect. You'll never catch it. They can pick up and see, this animal ain't going to make it. Just keep flying. A vulture don't kill nothing. It waits for it to die. That's the same thing we do. We ain't got to kill these people. Just wait for them to die. They're going to be ours anyway. When Caleb told her to go up and take the city, what did he say happened? Their defenses are down. That's right. These people meet for us. You got to pick up and detect when these people don't stand a chance. And now you got to understand that you detect when you don't either so you can do better. That's good, brother. Thank the Lord.